My name is Steve Conybeare, and when I've been naughty, it's Stephen Conybeare. And some of the more mature ladies will call me Stephen because of the way I do behave. I'm one of these people that like fun. I like to think myself as a happy person, and I seem to rub off onto other people to make them happy. And if I make one person smile a day, then I have had a good day.
I think, to be honest, a lot of people would agree with you on that. You do make us smile, Steve. Yeah. So tell me, how long have you been a member of Central Baptist Church then?
Since it started.
Oh, okay. So were you part of that whole discussion?
Not really. We were young and we kept out the way. It was more of the older people seemed to take the initiative, and the younger people were told what to do. As in those days, you did as you were told rather than speak out.
Yeah. Well, imagine times have changed, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, we did not question things. When things came to the church meeting, you agreed almost automatically, unless there was something you was very much against.
Okay. But I tell you what, you have been so much a part of the church since I've been here. How many things have you done? I mean, seriously.
When I was in my youth, as a teenager, my life revolved round the church. I was down at the church every day. The different activities, different things. Monday was Girls' Brigade, so I would go down there to meet the girls after Girls' Brigade, and I was a young man.
Is that how you met Val? Or?
No, that was a youth club that was run, and that was run on a Saturday night, and it was really Mark Rudel that got young people in, because he was at sixth form college and he'd got links with young people and brought them in to come down, and some of them came on a Sunday. Let's try and...
So what was the typical...
Now I'm going back 60 odd years, so it's not quite so easy. Monday was Girls' Brigade, so I'd go down and meet the girls, shall we say.
Okay.
Tuesday there was a sort of a youth club, but I was the baby of that. It was for the older young people, but I was the baby of that group. Wednesday at one time was Boys' Brigade, and that later got changed. Thursday was CE, which was Junior Christian Endeavour.
Okay.
Friday was Boys' Brigade Club, and Saturday, until the youth club started up in the 70s, that was sort of like a day off. And Sunday I was at church 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Or very often 4 times a day.
I'm assuming you enjoyed it.
If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't have gone. I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
I don't go by convention. If it's not right, I will say it's not right. And if people don't like it, it's tough luck.
So what were some of the things you enjoyed, or what were some of the earliest memories you have of Central?
it, to me, it was an awesome place. It was a big place. It was different to anything else about. And, you know, basically my life run around the church, you know. It was, yeah. Why does one go to church? You know, is it through faith? Is it through peace and quiet? Is it escapism? Because Sunday school was a time when children were kicked out of the house, basically, so mum and dad could have a quiet time for an hour. Yeah, they could have a rest for an hour while the children weren't about.
I think it's probably a bit of all the things you just mentioned anyway, because the thing is, God comes to us in so many different ways, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I would say if it wasn't for Boys Brigade, I wouldn't still be. We used to go down.
Yeah. So what was it about Boys Brigade then?
To have fun.
Right.
But we were used to discipline.
Yeah.
And you need discipline to have fun. You give a group of boys a ball and say, pick 2 teams, have a game of football. They cannot do it. They need to be organised. They need the discipline to do it. I don't know about girls because I've not worked with girls. But it was the officers that really nurtured me, I would say, without me knowing, that brought me through to being a Christian. You know, it was when I went out to work, there was one person I could relate to because he wasn't a pen pusher. I did not like pen pushers. I like people that worked for a living. And he was a builder, and I worked with my hands, he worked with my hands, and we could relate better than somebody that was used to writing all day.
But if you, you know, I just wondered, is there a special moment that you remember about church or even Christian life at that time that you'd like to share with us?
It is. I never had that poignant moment when suddenly I accepted Christ. It was a gradual thing. You know, I never came from a Christian family, but I come from a God-fearing family. And, you know, there was an old lady that lived down the road from when we used to live in Diggs, and she used to take us, she used to wheel me in a pram to Sunday school in an afternoon.
Wow.
Again, to give me parents a break, because I was a verbal baby.
So everybody knew you were there.
People still know I'm there.
Yes, and you know what? For that we are quite grateful.
And I'm disappointed I can't get there more often than I
trust
do.
me, we still, when I get up to sit in notices, I still think of you sitting at the back shouting out in response to whatever I say.
But
you're still
if you're there,
in
make sure everybody else knows you're there.
What's your favorite Bible verse? I just thought of that.
Right.
Oh, do you have many?
No, I have one special Bible verse. It was given to me when Val died.
Right.
And I've carried it in my wallet, as you can see. It's rather, I'll let you read it out.
And for those listening, he really has taken it out of his back pocket from his wallet, and it says peace. Let me just double check here. Oh yes, peace I leave with you. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. And it's part of John 14, verse 27. Peace I leave with you. Yeah.
So, you know, it means a lot. You know, if I get any credit cards out, invariably it falls out, and I pick it up and I read it.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest, we live in a world right now, Steve, where that verse is still so applicable, you know?
Yeah,
Now, you mentioned being a rebel.
yeah.
You mentioned, you know, bucking the trends. What advice would you give to the younger generation now that we are celebrating our 50th anniversary?
Listen, act on how you think it should be. You may be right, you may be wrong, but just listen to what he said and don't be afraid to speak out if you do not agree with what is said. You know, I have, in the past, I have questioned ministers
Yes.
over things that they have said. Some like to be asked questions, some don't. You know, some ministers have the tendency to say, what I say is right, you are wrong. And that does not go down well with me. It's not so much now, but in younger days, that's why we got to be known a bit as a rebel.
A rebel. Yeah. Do you know what? There's nothing wrong with questioning. I think the issue is always the motive, isn't it? If you're just doing it for the sake of, you know, being disruptive, that's different from genuinely asking. And I don't think anybody, you know, minds genuine questions.
Now, when we were looking for our last minister, Michael Banfield asked me to be on the team to try and find a minister that would be suitable. And I asked him, why have you asked me? He said, because you're different and you think out of the box.
Yep, yep.
And when we came to interview the minister, people had their questions, you know, they'd written out the questions they were going to ask. And I was not given any questions to ask. I had to do it off my head because what was in my head wouldn't have been in what the formal bits and pieces. I would be different.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I am different. You know, most people will say that, yeah, he's different from everybody else, but everybody is different. You know, it's,
come on, we all like chocolate. We don't necessarily want the same flavor all the time, do we?
no.
Yes. Yeah. So, is there anything you would like to add or to say, Steve? Because essentially, we know you, and we want to still be advised, to be encouraged, to see your humor. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Be happy. Whatever you do, be happy. You know, if it's cleaning out the toilet, be happy. All right, don't use the toilet brush as a microphone, but be happy while you're doing it. You know, if you're in front of the congregation talking, be happy about doing it.
Yes.
So whatever you do, be happy in what you do.
Yeah. Amen to that. Yeah. Right, let's see if this has captured everything or if it's switched off. Let me just check. No, it's still recording. Yes. And for those of you listening, what happened was the phone went dark, so I wasn't sure. but it's still recording.
Yeah,
Right.
and we're still here.
Yes. But Steve, thanks so much for taking the time off to talk to me.
I didn't take any time off. I'm retired.
Oh please, you didn't. You
I
still
don't
have
get
to do
time
it.
off.
You still don't have to do it. But you phoned me and you said, "Come on, don't forget me. I'm here. Come and talk to me."
Yeah, and enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. I think sometimes we get bogged down by all the problems and we don't see the
Forget
light.
the world.
Well,
The world can look after itself. You look after you. You look after your neighbour.
right. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop now and I'm going to play it back so you can hear.
Oh no.
No, you don't want to hear?
No.
Okay.